What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the MulDiverse. We are your keys to the MulDiverse in question. I am your boy, Quamon Star G, and welcome to another awesome, amazing, fantastic, show-stopping, never the same, beautiful live stream of MulDiversity. Today has been an exciting day. This week has been exciting. And guess what? It's going to keep getting exciting and more exciting. We're not stopping with the excitement in any capacity, shape, form, or fashion. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw it to the other folks, and they can let you know who it is, who they bees, and how they gets it done. So let's do that.
What up, everybody? It's me, Key. I hope you guys enjoy tonight's show. Lord knows I am. It's going to be one to remember. I can tell you that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Avian. Like he said, we're going to have a great show for you tonight. So I'm excited. Very excited.
Now, Aaron. Okay, we're going to throw it to Joe instead.
Right, let's go to Joe, yes.
Hey, everybody. Tonight's going to be a great show, so can't wait.
All right, now we're going to throw it over to Aaron.
Yes, because it was ladies first. Hello, it is, of course, the troublemaker himself, Aaron Michael. I am so ready.
Oh, there it is.
And last but not least, Mike.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming out.
Woo! Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. We have so much greatness for you guys tonight. We got so much dope stuff to give it to you. As we said, we got a special guest popping in. Going to be popping in fairly soon. But first, before we get into that, last week we announced an initiative to give the power back to the fans in the lead up to Zack Snyder's Justice League, in which it was entitled The Big Take Back. And we have some reviews from The Big Take Back because we had tasked you guys and ourselves to review BVS. And here it is. Here's some of the reviews right there in handy. First things first, here's my blase review of BVS. You know, I said it was a perfect example of subversive cinema in recent history. I said Zach and Chris Terrio's tale of, grandeur battles and engaging philosophy was just such a large-scale testament to how strong these characters are. From Henry Cavill's subdued and poignant performance as Superman to Ben Affleck's weathered and broken performance as Batman, just cannot speak highly enough about them. How Amy Adams and Lawrence Fishburne pick up where they left off for Man of Steel. And, of course, Jesse Eisenberg's dynamite performance as Lex Luthor. And couldn't forget Larry Fong's amazing cinematography. And Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer did the damn thing on the score. So, yeah, that was my thoughts and opinions on it. Then we got Avia's review. Avia, would you like to go ahead and let the folks know?
Sure. I pretty much talked about how, Zach's portrayal of, stunning visuals and sweeping music. Because if you know Zach's work, you know that he really does like to play with music, motion, and pretty much his cinematography with it looks like they look portrait-like. So I want to definitely talk about that in my review, and also how Ben Affleck's fear-mongering was portrayed perfectly to the T, because you saw what a lot of people in that situation would think. And also Henry Cavill's realistic portrayal of Superman, because he wasn't, the Superman that we know. He was very realistic. He was very grounded and down to earth, and he portrayed that very well. And also that, when Gal Gadot came on the scene as Wonder Woman, how she was a deus machina, for helping them out with Doomsday. And that, it's just an amazing movie, and it's, a battle of epic proportions that everybody will love to watch over and over and over again. And that's what makes it a masterpiece.
Excellente. And now we're going to go over to the big homie Anthony Strader, longtime viewer and supporter, and his review of BVS. BVS Ultimate Edition is amazing and one of the best comic book movies. Such a masterpiece. Everything about this movie is absolutely stunning. The visual effects, cinematography, music, and music are top notch. Ben Affleck is an amazing Bruce Wayne. Henry is an amazing Superman, and he loves him a lot more in BVS. Amy Adams as Lois Lane was amazing too. Love her. Reporting arc in BVS. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was amazing and is one of the best CBM casting choices. Jeremy Irons as Alfred was amazing and the best Alfred in his opinion. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex is amazing and one of his favorite villains. He was brilliant. Doomsday was so intense, and the Batman and Superman fight was amazing. The third act with the Trinity and Doomsday was amazing, and he once again reiterated that it's a masterpiece. So shout outs to Anthony Schrader. Shout outs to him. He has definitely put this really, had an amazing way with words with this. I can appreciate it more. What y'all think? Y'all agree? I know we all agree.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. You already know.
Definitely.
Sure. Okay, wait. Before you read another one, I want to have time to talk about next week first. Because you remember we got a new activity every week, right? Okay. Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I know everybody. You can go to the link and see all the neat reviews. But before we jump into other stuff, I wanted to have time to talk about next week. Talk about this week. So each week we have a new activity. Last week you were to pick a streaming service a rating service, and review BVS, and then follow someone else from the group. So this week I want you to pick somebody else to follow from our fandom, and I want you to remember a movie from your childhood. What movie did you like as a kid? Loved it, could not get enough, but hadn't watched in a while. I want you to go watch the movie again. Don't do this without watching the movie again. Watch the movie again, and then I want you to review it on all the platforms you are registered on. Now, a few people ask me, how do we do a review? How do I do one that's going to make a difference? Well, I mean, they're pretty simple. It's your words and your voice, first of all, so you tell it like however you want to. But a few pointers. First, start with a 30-second summary. How would you explain this movie to somebody if you were just walking from the door to the parking lot of the theater? You only got a few seconds to tell them how the movie was. They're like, hey, I saw such and such. How was it? And you're like, you only have, how would you explain that? Usually takes a few sentences. And then you dive into what did you like most about it? And then what are some of the flaws you saw? Even if you love the movie, there's got to be some little things that kind of tie you up. Now, even if you point out the negative stuff, it doesn't mean you hate it. It doesn't mean the movie's terrible. It just means that, what are some things that you think people should know is going to probably trip them up a little bit. And then you talk about in your review how well the story is told. Now, this is different from what you've seen other reviewers do. It's not about how well you like the story. It's not about how well you think the story, is good or bad or ugly. It's like, did it have a beginning, middle, end? Were all the characters accounted for? Did the story do what stories are supposed to do? If the story was told well, you could still not like it. That's fine. But you still have to say, whether the story's told well or not. And then, did you like it? Not. Why? Give a reason. Real quick, just a couple sentences. It doesn't have to be a big, long thing. Somebody did a review that was like in 2 sentences that I loved. I'll have to find that again next week for you and show it to you because it was beautiful. But yeah, for next week, go find your childhood movie, watch it again, and review it on your platforms. And remember the hashtag, the Big Take Back, and we will come back next week. You guys all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So, what are some of your favorite movies, guys? Go to the crowd.
Ooh, from childhood. Ooh.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Happy birthday, Rasha! While y'all
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Rasha.
Don't do that. Don't do that to her.
Hi.
I can say my favorite childhood movie would be, and I hate it's The Little Mermaid. I used to watch that shit all the time. Like that's like
So,
one
go
of my
Love the Little Mermaid.
and 101 Dalmatians are like my top two favorite Disney movies, and that's ones that I used to watch all the time. So
Mhm.
yeah, especially 101 Dalmatians. I love the puppies.
It's not Rash's birthday, BTW. She wants to wish
Oh,
Nope.
her birthday.
was that Jessie saying that it was her birthday?
No, it's an in joke from
Oh,
different
okay.
Oh.
Whatever.
different people.
Mercury said
Somebody said
Matilda.
Goonies.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
Matilda.
Matilda's a good
Oh,
one.
Matilda was good. Yeah, I used to love Matilda. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
anybody remember Warriors of Virtue?
No.
That's a good one. I remember that.
No, what's
That's a
that?
good one.
Sandlot. You killing me, Smalls.
Oh, yep, he killing me. Oh, the OG Ninja Turtles. Thank you,
Yes,
Bryce
yeah.
Johnson. Absolutely.
Atlantis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Atlantis. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good one.
I used to like this movie called Pippi Longstocking.
I remember
I remember
Pippi.
that.
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, I used to love that movie because she was like so wild.
Oh.
No, Jesse, if Rasha kicks you, then Rasha kicks you. She's my homie, and I really.
You know, it's funny that you say that, Ben. That Mr.
I'm
Universe,
just speaking to the chat. So anyway,
I
New
mean,
guys.
let's keep it cute.
yes, I just wanted to have a
Y'all
second.
be nice in the comments now.
Yes, be nice in the comments. Our moderators are out there. Rasha's one of them. Be nice. Keep it cute. Keep it classy. Or
Like yeah,
Mr.
like I don't play that at all. So let's keep it
Mr.
cute. Keep it on
Guest,
mute.
right there. Power Rangers Turbo. Period.
Yes.
I
That
guess.
was a dope movie.
Mr. Guest.
Oh
We need a whole
Yes.
dissertation.
Yes.
We need a whole.
Yes.
That was a good one. Like
Oh yeah.
my favorite part was when they was on the ship and they had to fight and everything, and it was nighttime and everything, set the mood and everything.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, the Little
Morgan said
Rascals.
she grew up on. Oh,
The
Little
Little
Rascals is good.
Morgan.
The OG Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
Pet Sematary.
That's a good
I
one.
watched Nightmare on
That's a
Elm
good
Street as a
one.
kid too, so you can see what happened.
Pet Sematary.
Yeah. Oh, James and the Giant Peaks. That's a good one.
Yeah, James.
Gillis in the building.
Hold on. Wait.
Gillis.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Hello. Is this Haim Saban? Yeah. You told
What?
me Power Rangers Turbo was not a good child movie. That they should listen to you when you're trying to educate them about that.
No.
Wow.
Mm.
That's very specific.
Okay, so
You really have to be
anyways.
Wait, I'm sorry. Look at this question right here. Who did it better, Goldar or Wonder Woman?
Not hard.
Oh,
You got some nonsense already, Jose. Okay, I see.
Obviously.
Somebody say Space Jam. Oh, y'all know that you
Yes.
know Space Jam, right?
Come on, Spirit Away. I just
Spirited
got
Away.
Blu-ray.
Yes, Spirited Away.
Ooh, Adam's Family. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Movies, yep.
That first one.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that Space Jam is the best sports movie of all time.
Is
Oh
it?
yeah, obviously. It really is.
You know what?
I mean, yeah.
Seriously, no, I mean,
It's okay.
I know y'all might feel differently. Let me ask somebody else. Mr. Fisher, what do you think about Space Jam?
What
Oh,
up?
what's up?
Hello, how are we doing today? What's going
Doing
on,
pretty good.
everybody? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Good.
we're good. We're talking about
Great.
our favorite childhood movie. So, what's your favorite childhood movie?
Oh my gosh, throw me right into the fire. Batman Returns was a big one for me, for sure. It's one that I watch even to this day, every Christmas as well. So that would be one of them. Watch Wizard of Oz a lot as well.
Yes.
But I wouldn't say that's one of my favorites. It's just what we had in the VHS. So yeah. Well, I want to say first off, thank you for having me here. I'm seeing myself now. I don't really know how to stream situation. Oh, it's on me. Okay,
Yes.
never mind. First, I want to say thank you for having me here. Please pardon my reception. I'm not in the best sort of place for reception right now, and if I'm a little choppy or whatever, let me know, and I'll try to reconnect and do whatever. But yeah, thank you for having me. This is a real privilege. So. Please, if you wouldn't mind, just I know Donita, but I don't think I've met anyone else that's in this room right now. So if you wouldn't mind just giving me a quick rundown of who we dealing with here, just so I know.
Forgive me. Yes, we got to do introductions. See, my manners are gone. I was telling everybody about their manners, and mine are gone. So why don't we start with Q and go introduce ourselves all around? Yeah, you Q in the corner right there. Come on. What's your name?
Well, folks, I am Kwaman Sarji, aka Q. I am the person that you more than likely am tired of seeing face and hearing voice if you are frequent here. I am your regular moderator / instigator / winner of video games /
No, don't do that. Okay, cut him, Mike. Come on.
I'm about to cut him off. Like, all right, he said name and that's it. Next, I'm like you. Come on, bro. Like, come on, ladies, introduce yourself. Come on, Key.
He is flown the coop, and I'm gonna need her to come back. Thank you.
I'm Key. Hi.
Hi, Key. Nice to meet you.
Avia, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Avia.
Aaron.
Nice to meet you, Avia.
Oh, yes, you know who it is. It's Aaron. No, you don't know who I am, but I'm Aaron. I'm the funny guy sometimes. Just sometimes.
Amazing writer.
Oh yeah. Oh. Stop. Not in front of company.
Put him on blast. You over here. Put him on blast.
All I say is that Cyborg and what Aaron does, they're pretty close connecting. You know, you guys have a lot more in common than you think.
It's that mother box, right?
Yeah, the mother box. New guys, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe.
We might have a clip to show about that. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. You know.
So anyway, Ray. So Batman Returns.
What kind of clip are we talking about?
Batman Returns, really?
Wait, I'm sorry, Ray. What did you say?
What kind of clip we talking about? You said there's some cyborg material that you've been working on, Aaron.
I'll let the clip speak for itself. Right? I'll let the clip speak.
Yeah, we got a clip.
Okay.
I think Aaron can do one better because I think he has had the most direct interactions with Ava when in regards to new guys. Wouldn't you say, Aaron? Wouldn't you say?
I would say.
So I sent you that picture.
I'm saving it now.
I think you should share with the class about how deep you
should I?
And new guys.
You should.
Well, I may have written a script or 2 or 20 once upon a time.
No way.
And what did they say about the? Refresh my memory. What was they saying about?
Oh, they said it was amazing, spectacular, show-stopping, a lot of things. But so that picture, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to say
so that picture, huh?
Yeah, post that picture before he melts. He's gonna slide off the screen. Don't look at me.
Is it hot in here?
I believe they were saying that. I believe that they were saying that Jack Kirby would have been proud, or if he was.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
What?
Awesome.
I do believe that was.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, just something like that, being involved with new guys and stuff like that, helping write the script for it,
Go ahead. Come on now.
Just a little bit.
Wow.
A little stuff.
Okay. All right. I see you had the Dark One himself, Ray Porter, over there too. So getting his stamp of approval, I'm sure, was a big boost. I'm sure.
Very much so. Now, if you need a Cyborg script, hey, just let's talk.
I appreciate you saying it. I'm not sure what the deal is with all that stuff now, but have your people call their people to call their people.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, so Q called Mike, who's going to call Avia, who's going to call... No, never mind.
We're all in a regular circle.
So speaking of Cyborg, do we want to jump into Cyborg Day? Today is the 10th day of our 28 days of super blackness.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to explain that? Because that's your idea right there.
Oh, well, Ray, I feel like with February, with it being Black History Month, what better month to celebrate Black superheroes than Black History Month? So 28 days of super blackness. Each day we focus on a black superhero that is either well known, but not too many people know the real nitty gritty about, or they might fly under most people's radar. So we give them a spotlight. So we did, TJ from Power Rangers, Jax from Mortal Kombat, Bumblebee from, DC, your neck of the woods. And Joe has hooked us up with a nice little Cyborg video to educate the masses. So we're gonna throw it over to that.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, we're gonna play that for y'all.
It's very organic.
Cyborg is one of few DC comic heroes who has successfully made the leap from comics to TV, cartoons, and film. His story begins in a flash forward in the October 1980 issue of DC Comics Presents, where Robin has a vision of the future where he helps the new Teen Titans, which includes Cyborg, fight off a monster. We don't get Cyborg's origin story again until the first issue of the Tales of the New Teen Titans in 1982. Cyborg's origin is much similar to the one featured in the upcoming Zack Snyder's Justice League. Before he was Cyborg, our hero was Victor Stone, a football player, son of Elias and Eleanor, the couple who used their son as a test subject for their experiments. Despite the testing, Victor's parents loved him and they supported his athleticism. Well, his mother did anyway. His father was another story. This relationship would haunt the hero later. Vic becomes Cyborg after an accident in his parents' lab, where Eleanor dies. Elias uses a prototype tech to rebuild his son's mangled body, but the result is a shock to Vic. Their relationship does not recover and is a plotline in every retelling of Cyborg's story. Cyborg is beloved by so many, especially black comics nerds, because he is unlike the stereotypical heroes we see in the comics. He loves kids and has cool powers. His powers include super intelligence, super speed, flight, super strength, tech manipulation, weaponry, teleportation, and after New 52 reboot, boom tube creation powers. Expect to see a few new parts in Zack Snyder's Justice League, like the paradigm mutation of the hero with 4. To fans, Cyborg stands for the resilience, determination, and survival skills we all need to overcome obstacles in life. His dark story is a relatable one that we should all learn more about despite his
Ooh. Nice. Yep.
Yes, that was really great.
Dope.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Really
Come
good.
on now.
I did like
The
talk to
music
the
and-
dog and everything, so.
So Ray, what did you think?
Appreciate that. Thank you. No, I thought it was pretty comprehensive. I thought that was a really good intro into who Cyborg is. There's one more thing I will say, and I don't want to put the video on blast, but I think there was a typo in there. Cyborg's father's name is Silas Stone, but I think it was spelled Elias in there.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. But I think you hit the nail right on the head. And not only that, but the emotional life of Cyborg in Zack Snyder's Justice League is more closely related to the Marv Wolfman, George Perez 1980s version of Cyborg, right? And so that's something that I'm excited for folks to be able to see, because I think you'll be able to connect and dig into the character in a much different way than certain previous iterations. Yeah, but thank you guys for doing that. That's pretty dope. And I think every bit of Cyborg awareness we can get is going to be awesome. And I think important because in a lot of ways, we're not just dealing with a superhero, we're dealing with a human being who is thrust into superhero dumb, in a sense. Right? And one of the ideas that I had posited was that, just in the Justice League process, was the idea that both Barry and Cyborg are the only two folks in the Justice League who got their powers by accident, right? And having to come to terms with being thrust into the spotlight or thrust into a position where you have to choose whether or not to use those powers for good or for evil, and all that and all that sort of occurs as a result of that. So, Batman can hang up the cape. Superman, Wonder Woman, they were born in a sense the way that they are. Same with Aquaman. Batman had to work for his and like really grind for his abilities and for his being the world's greatest detective. But yeah, Cyborg and the Flash are a little different. And yeah.
Most
That's
definitely.
kind of all I got. I can ramble all day. Just don't get me started. I got my tea here to distract me, just in case I ramble.
Okay.
He said he got his tea.
Ray knows stuff. Y'all, Ray knows stuff. Okay, so this group says they know stuff too.
Oh.
We playing a game? Like, are we playing
a trivia question?
Oh, okay. Cool. Good.
You want to play a game?
Yes.
I'm down. What kind of game we dealing with here? This isn't like a
This is
jigsaw,
gonna go.
like,
This
saw
is game.
franchise.
Who knows Cyborg best? Who knows Cyborg best? So we're gonna play a game and see who can get the most questions right. There's only 10 of them, so it's gonna be really quick. I want to see who knows Cyborg best. Okay. Ready? Everybody.
Quick question. I'm sorry. Is this a game where like you shout out the answer first, or like we go on like round robin with it? Like I don't know. Is it Jeopardy? Is there like a button I press on the StreamYard?
No. Okay, so I think this is going to be a shout out the answer first, and people in the comments, y'all want to help me figure out who got the answer? Can we do that? Let's do that. Let's have the people in the comments figure out who got the answer to the question. Some of these were in my my video, so if y'all were paying attention as closely as Ray was, you can find it.
No, I have short-term memory loss. Why would you ask me to remember?
Exactly. It's gonna be quick.
Okay, so first one. What is Cyborg's home city?
Oh.
Where's his hometown? Where's it called?
Detroit.
Who got it? Who got it, everybody? Who got it?
It was Q and it was Ray. It was Q and Ray.
Might have some lag on my end.
Wow, Ray. Okay.
Ray said it first. Ray said it first. I'm gonna give it to him. He said it first.
We could split that one. There was probably a little bit of delay on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, let's do it. Let's just split. Okay. What teams has Cyborg been a part of? There's 1, 2, 3.
Talking about
Teen Titans. Okay. All right. If you want to just take over, just take over. Like,
what? Who?
Q said them all three, so it is what it is.
Did I?
I mean,
I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you said Doom Patrol. We do have a live action Cyborg with Doom Patrol. Then you said Teen Titans and Justice League. So, I mean, you said it.
See, I didn't know whether or not you meant the comics, whether or not you meant all the iterations.
Okay, so technicality. Okay, so we'll put
but
that.
That sounds about right. I can vouch for that. All
right. Let's see. True or false? Has Cyborg ever had to voluntarily remove anything to increase his abilities?
True.
It's true.
He had to remove his lungs in order to be able to go underneath, go to Atlantis or something like that. I remember this. I got a little advantage, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This might be a little unfair. I should be reading the questions to y'all.
Well, see, when I suggested this, everybody was like, they knew, and so, I just wanted to see. Okay. Which actor provides the voice of Cyborg in most of the cartoons?
Kari Payton.
It was cute. Right?
I think that was Ray. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely Ray. Yeah,
Ray?
Yeah, it was Ray. Yeah,
my team got me.
It was Ray.
It was Ray.
Yeah, it was totally Ray. Yeah.
True or false? Michael B. Jordan voiced Cyborg.
True. And
true.
That one
was not me. Who was that? Somebody got it. There we go.
I think that was Avia.
There was Avia. Okay, so extra points for somebody who can tell me what Where?
Not extra point.
Justice League War.
Flashpoint. Flashpoint Paradox. Yeah.
I heard Aaron and somebody else.
It was Avia and Arian at the same time. They was working together as a team.
Yeah, Shamar Moore plays Cyborg in Justice League War.
Okay. I do know your stuff. Okay. Let's see.
Y'all know the ladies say I look just like Shamar Moore. That's the reason.
Okay, cut it out. Cut it out.
What are the professions of Cyborg's parents?
Scientist
and teacher.
At Star Labs, the scientific, technological, advanced research, something or other. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, points for details. There we go.
Yes.
So that works too. Cyborg's first appearance in what comic?
Tales of the Teen Titans #1.
You got. Well, no, wait, not #1. No, #1.
Nope.
I don't know.
#4.
It's definitely Tales of the Teen. It's definitely Teen Titans something or other. Maybe 19 or something. Some like.
12?
24. Tales of the Teen Titans 24 or 25.
25.
Let me find out you got Google on your screen. Screen share your Google Q. You got Google on your phone? Screen share it right now.
Why are you trying to bust me out in front of Ray Fisher?
None of y'all got it yet. It's not Teen Titans.
I'm not.
Is it not Teen Titans?
In comic.
His very first appearance, Cyborg's first appearance would have been. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Wasn't it? It was a little bit of a. It was a snippet in another comic, right? Is that what you're referring to? Not his first full appearance. It's the number. What number? It's like Superman on the cover. Like Green Lantern or something like that, and I can't remember what the comic actually was.
That's all right. Go ahead, Joe. Let us know what it is.
Was it Uncanny
X-Men? You tell us.
Okay.
I said 25. I was close.
Fun fact: a buddy of mine actually got me that comic.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
That's dope.
When I first got Cyborg, it was awesome. I haven't printed some of those like hard plastic things where they like grade and all that. Yeah. It's sitting tucked away nice and neatly at my mom's house, just in case. You never know. But sorry, that's a segue.
No, that's
what
a very nice friend, actually.
Is it okay if we ask what is your favorite comic right now that you've read?
Oh yeah.
Oh, right now. Actually, I haven't read any in quite some time, so I feel a little ignorant when it comes to what's going on right now in the comic book world.
Can you just say it's Justice League Power Rangers #1 through 5?
So, and everybody knows it's Justice League Power Rangers #1 through 5. Of course, I'm gonna forget about the classic Justice League versus Power Rangers #1 through 5.
Written by Tom Taylor, drawn by Stephen Bryan. Yes.
I actually know Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor and I actually were at a comic convention together in New Zealand, and
nice.
He's actually a really nice guy. Yeah, we got photos and everything like on the rocks and all of that. So yeah. Nice. Yeah. And I think he did like a deceased comic or something like that. And they used like movie version Cyborg as part of the inspiration for it. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. He's a pretty solid dude.
Y'all hear that, our New Zealand people? Y'all
missed
And did you hear that? Internet Ray Fisher has officially said his favorite comic books of all time.
God.
Enabling him.
I didn't say all time.
I think it's a misquote.
It's like you putting words in his like. Just cut it out.
Because I think he said New Gods by Jack Kirby. That's what I heard. I think I also said
that one too. Yes, is the one.
Yeah. See. You know what? That's what I heard.
I think I got my hearing aids out, So my cataract sometimes messes up my hearing in my brain, so I hear different things. So I'm starting to hear that too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What's your next question, Joe?
I want to know who wrote. Who was the first writer of the Cyborg story?
Marv Wolf and George Perez. Well, Marv Wolfman technically. George Perez did the art, I believe.
Yeah, Perez does that. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Ray.
Wow, y'all are like. See,
you can't be like because no shade. This not cahoots. So you caught us off guard. No shade. Like you caught us off guard. Like you did this and you you didn't send us no study guide, no nothing. You just you putting us to shame right now. You know.
Talk though. When I said
you did what you did. It's okay. It's all right.
Talk. Go ahead and set up a Kahoot and PC for it. We'll do that after we do a little discussion. Go ahead.
Let's discuss.
So we can move over to other topics. Like the Super Bowl. Like Ray, you were at the Super Bowl this weekend.
The Super Bowl?
Yeah, the commercial.
The Super Bowl.
The commercial, the teaser.
There was a teaser at the Super Bowl?
The Zack Snyder teaser of the movie. You were in it.
Okay.
I had that delivery all different in my head.
You know what?
Oh, Ray, how did it feel to have your clip?
I was not aware that there was an actual. I heard it here first. I was not aware there was an actual Super Bowl clip. I thought there were because over the weekend there were a lot of fan-made trailers and things like that were happening, that kind of stuff. And I was like, it's it might be another fan-made Super Bowl clip or whatever, right? I didn't know there was an actual thing. Well, okay.
Yeah,
good.
Zach,
I guess it feels.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Zach posted on Twitter the scene of you scoring the touchdown with the dope score in the background, and it was on Super Bowl Sunday. So we wanted to know, how did it feel to have that drop on such a significant day?
That felt pretty cool, and it's cool to see. I haven't seen literally that anything football related, anything trailer related. Period. I see at the same time other folks do, and so to finally see all that stuff coming into. I've seen still shots, and of course we posted photos and things like that. But seeing it in motion and seeing you just diving into the end zone, having it slow down a little bit, and just everything just was crazy. So I'm super excited because the folks who were the football teams, the American football teams, who were participating in that whole sequence, they're finally going to be able to get their work shown. And there was a lot of guys who dedicated a lot of time to being there. We had they had built half a stadium. Well, technically a quarter-ish of a stadium and a sound stage, all the snow and big foam, all that stuff. Seeing that all start to come together and being wow, this is actually really, really happening, and we're getting closer and closer and closer by the day. I was on the moon, and I think that was just because of the clip and not anything to do with the Super Bowl itself. But it coming on Super Bowl Sunday, I think was apropos.
That's what's up. Speaking of these stuff that's dropped, I know you've seen the Nightmare Batfleck, and of course what dropped yesterday, Jared Leto's Joker, and that's going to appear in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I just want to know your thoughts and opinions on that, because that set the entire internet ablaze and still has yet to be put.
Is it in fuego? Is the whole internet still burning hot? What's happening?
Yeah,
they're still on fire.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah. It's blowing up.
It's still burning down.
What's the well? I think it's going to be cool. I don't really know what I can or should say outside of that, but just expect some really cool stuff to be seen and experienced. The whole nightmare world of things I find to be really interesting, and so we'll see. We'll see. Keep your eyes out on that Joker. He's a tricky one. So I did think that the photos that were taken. I think Zach shot the photos himself, and those are just phenomenal, phenomenal photos. I don't even think that was on set, but yeah, we'll see. There'll probably be more stuff dropping as we get closer and closer and closer and closer. And as it does, just prepare yourself because it's going to be exciting. I don't want anybody passing out from glee and from joy.
Man, pass out is my middle name, so it is what it is.
That's all I know how to do is pass out.
No, yeah, Ray. I think I have the real question that everyone wants to know because
is it this one right here?
It's been heavy on my heart. Are you team Godzilla or are you team Kong? Like, we really need to know. The people want to know.
Tell us, please.
Well, I don't really know like where Godzilla's coming from in this battle. I don't know where Kong is coming from in this battle. I got to really see like where they're at motivationally speaking. Like, and then I could pretty much. I'm probably gonna go Team Kong just on the outset because.
Take Godzilla out of the MulDiversity name. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Well, I would probably lean to Team Kong because he does seem like he's at a bit of a disadvantage against the fire-breathing dragon, right? And that's something I'm like, well, if a primate can go ahead and get busy with that, like, I want to see that. I want to see the underdog really just like excel and make it happen against all odds. So, and it's hard to get emotion from Godzilla as well, right? It's harder to connect because he's just like, yeah, I'm here to wreck stuff. Like Kong is expressing some kind of emotion, some kind of some of the feelings that we can discern.
Yeah, he's like a lizard.
What'd you say, Keith?
How much you got?
I mean, give me a number.
I have an even better question for you, Ray. Quaman Star G asks, Barbara, or are you team Barbara or are you team Shirley? # woman to woman. So, which between that, the song "Woman to Woman," what team are you on? You on Team Barbara or you on Team Shirley? That's what. That's what.
I don't know. I don't know woman. I don't know woman to woman. I don't know woman to woman. What is this? You gotta educate, please.
The song "Woman to Woman."
See, you made Mike. Wow.
Somebody just dipped on out of here. What happened?
No, Mike sang
it.
it.
A verse or two.
Yeah, a verse or two. You want to sing it?
No, we can't. We'll get demonetized. We can't sing it.
It is a wonderful song.
You can't sing it? I thought you.
I mean, I cannot sing, and we literally cannot sing it. I mean, I would shatter you guys' eardrum.
Can you quote the?
Please don't sing it. Can we just? Don't let them. I'm sorry, Ray. Please, I don't want them to embarrass me. Like, no, do not sing it. Do not do anything next.
Ray, are you?
Ray, did you excuse me, Ray, as I press a button? Ray, can I? Would you excuse me?
Oh no.
Ain't this about a bitch?
Because we're gonna embarrass Mike apparently. So let's move on. Let's move on because apparently we're gonna embarrass Mike.
Listen, I'm gonna look this up. Let me write a note to look this up.
What it is because you post these older songs, and I think they thought you knew about this song. So I thought they wanted to know your opinion about it, and whose team you wanted.
Okay.
You do post good songs.
I do.
You do. So
appreciate that.
I think that's all that was where that was leading from.
I may know the song, but I probably don't know it by title. You know what I mean? Like I probably heard it, but do you know any lyrics? You can just like give me a lyric or two.
Well, it starts off with "Hello, Barbara. This is Shirley."
Yes.
Okay. So, Aaron, don't.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good song.
I don't know Barbara Shirley personally, so I can't really speak just yet. But
well, okay. Follow up. Are you more of an Al Green listener or a Marvin Gaye listener? That's the real question.
Probably more Marvin for sure.
Okay.
No knock against Al Green, no
Right.
knock at all. But I think Marvin Gaye's music resonates with me in a little bit of a different way. So yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, and just like all the songs that you've been posting. So where do you're kind of old school though? Where does that come from? All the old school, like the love of the old school music.
I think it comes from my mom, actually. She listened to a lot of Motown when I was growing up, and it kind of just stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me, I actually just enjoy like listening to the rhythm of the music, lyrics, and it's got soul to it. You can feel the songs as they sung. So somebody says, "Barbara." Who is that at the bottom? Who is that?
Yeah.
Says Barbara, without question. Yeah, for me, it's about the way like the songs make the way the songs make me feel. It's like James Brown. I can listen to that all day. You know what I mean? Like it's just a different vibe. You know. So same thing with the Withers, and a lot of like the classics and the older music. Oh,
Nice.
Pineapple.
What?
On
Okay,
Yes
why
or
did
No? Have
somebody
you
have to
ever?
bring pineapple?
Who did that?
Who did that? Who allowed that to happen?
I mean, no shade. I want to know pineapple on pizza. Yes or no?
It depends. I've had it one time it was really good. I've had it another time it was not very good. So it
Okay.
depends on where it's from,
All right.
and how finely diced the pineapples are. Because if it's big chunks and you get pineapple juice and it's all hot and pineapple-y and tomato saucy, like I can't really get down with that. But if they're a bit finer, baked into cheese, perhaps we got something we can talk about here. You know.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Enough on the pizza. Yeah.
So Ray, I want to know because last week rather, us at MulDiversity, we initiated the Big Take Back, which is a multi-step way for the fans to kind of retake control of the narrative on not just moving forward with Zack Snyder's Justice League, but just the DCEU in general. And for the first part of our multi-phase step, we asked the fandom to review BVS to try to build up their critical eye in a sense. And we just wanted to know what is your opinions on that type of mentality, that type of plan to help get the fans more engaged and give them a good understanding on how to say their piece about these films so it doesn't get drowned under so much negativity and a lot of just negativity basically.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a film that I think is worth talking about, discussing, having like sort of a long form place or a long form way for folks to like voice their entire opinion about something rather than it just being 150 characters or this whatever kind of back and forth folks want to have about I like this, I like that point, counterpoint. I think it's a really good idea because the folks that I know personally don't necessarily lean on like your typical reviews in the same way as they used to. And I think that's indicative of where we're at with social media, where we're at with just all the opinions we have access to. And so if it puts more power in the hands of the people, then I'm fine with that. Let's go.
Excellent.
Love that. And speaking of all the critics and the media and the bloggers, how's it felt? I mean, this is going to be the dark question, I guess. I'll ask it. How's it felt just, having your voice out there and just not really hitting a lot of these, hitting the when you hit the publishing and the bloggers and stuff, it's kind of in a negative way and not really what you put out there. I mean, they kind of seem to be kind of hell bent to misconstrue your voice. I mean, how's that been? How have you been coping with that? Is basically what I wanted to ask.
So, sorry, it cut out for just a split. Second. You said,
I just want to know
up a little bit.
how have you been coping with kind of the bloggers and critics and out there just kind of either misconstruing your words or just kind of really not really getting your message out there. This past, well, in forever. I mean, since you've started, how did you come up with that?
Well, it's not completely unexpected, right? Personally, like I don't have very much to offer bloggers and reporters because I don't necessarily engage with publications in the same way that like a big studio or other individuals sort of play the PR game. Everything that I've done, everything that I've said has been my words on Twitter. There was the article from Forbes that Shiraz Faruqi had written. If you guys have looked at that, please go back, check that out. I list a lot of stuff. I don't think the message is misconstrued in that particular publication. But for me, I understand sort of what the rules of engagement are, and I don't necessarily subscribe to that. And there's but so many times you're going to post something on Twitter and have the trades pick that up. Folks will be looking for exclusives or interviews or this or that. And if you're not providing that for them, they're going to go and try to make something that is going to be a little bit catchier or a little bit more incendiary or whatever that ends up being. My thing is it comes off as sort of just noise in a way. And the mission that I marked on with trying to get some accountability for the Justice League reshoots and everyone involved in that process, that superseded any of the, and continues to supersede any of the negative stuff that comes my way. Because there are a lot of folks who are involved in this process, clearly, right? And there are a lot of folks who I talk to and who help to, keep me focused on what's important with getting to that end goal, which is trying to get some accountability for bad behavior in the workplace, essentially. And so it is like, it's freeing and it's frustrating to a degree, but it's also freeing because, I think that folks at this point now have seen how people sort of twist information and will take little bits here and there. You can really see when you get to a certain point, you can really start to see who people's sources are when it comes to information that's being sort of leaked out, what the skew is. And so the fact that I've been able to defend myself, I think, pretty successfully, just being a dude with a cell phone and Twitter, and folks that believe in me, like that's something that I take very seriously, and that's something I think that's something that lifts me more than like negative stuff sort of pushes me down, if that makes any sense to you.
It does, actually.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I got two.
And we'll keep pushing. That's the other thing too. No, please go ahead.
I'm sorry, I got two questions. One's actually not for me. It's for my group of friends who will beat me up if I don't ask this. With Valentine's Day coming up, are you single?
Jesus.
That's not for me.
Tyra and Morgan.
Like,
Call the names out.
immediately out. Like,
Tyra, she's watching this. I asked it, so you can't threaten me no more.
Go to your other question.
I appreciate you asking, but I don't really talk about like relationship stuff publicly in that way.
Tyra, you have lost your mod privileges. You have lost your mod privileges, Tyra.
Like automatically
But
out.
I do appreciate the question.
I didn't want to ask that, but okay. So my next question is actually when you when they first had said that you were going to be playing Cyborg, how were you what was the what was the moment, what you felt like, oh my god, I can't believe this is me? It's like, because probably a lot of people have tried out and they were like, you know what, we can go with this guy. So what was your in moment feel about that?
What was my feeling in the moment?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt like it felt right in a strange way. After I had gone to Detroit and tested with Zach for the role, I was just like, you know what? That even if I don't get the role after this, like I'm fine. I'm glad to have just met these people. You know what I mean? Like this is the first time I've encountered situation, an audition situation that was so like just mellow. Like we went in, we did the work, we did it a couple times, got out, we chatted about comic books and all that stuff, and you know, it just felt like it was supposed to be. And when I got the call from Zach, I was yelling all these expletives at him that I won't repeat now, but a lot of it was something to the effect of "You're lying, you're bleeping lying, you're lying to me," and then and he's like, "Nah, man," he's like, you know, we really like what you did. It'd be an honor if you would join up with us. I said, let's go. Let's do it. I told him, I was like, listen, one thing I'm gonna let you know is I will not let you down. Let's go ahead and get busy. So, and then I called my mom and told her, I was like, hey, something's going down. Can't tell you right now, but it's good. It's good. So, yeah, no, that was the moment for me. And what's weird is I still feel that same sort of giddiness in just watching the clips that are being released now, like even like the Wolf clip that was released the other day, and then the football stuff from Super Bowl Sunday, and then like I feel that same sort of like, ooh, this is good. Okay, all right, that same level of excitement, even though there's all this other stuff going on, right? And that's how I usually gauge whether or not I'm in the right place, is whether or not I still get genuinely excited about the thing that I'm doing and seeing that thing come to life. So, yeah.
That's great. Okay, that's nice.
Awesome.
So yes, that is real dope.
I have a quick question. Just from observing the film, who was your barber? Because he had your hairline tight. He had it crispy.
Hey,
yeah, like did you bring him with you?
It was sharp. He had you looking sharp, sir. I just wanted to.
Well, I appreciate that. And my barber in the UK, his name is Wayne Embhard. He runs a barbershop in St. Albans called Extreme Cuts. And it's a crazy story how that all came about, right? Like, obviously, there's a lot of conversation about Black barbers and hairstylists and makeup artists, and just making sure you have people on staff that can work with hair and hair for people of color. And so when I got to the UK, I asked the hair team there, I said, well, do you guys have anybody on staff that can like cut, that has experience cutting Black men's hair or people of color's hair, period? And they gave me free rein. They said, hey, we actually don't have anybody who's experienced in that way, but if you find somebody, we'll bring them on staff. And I was like, okay. And so I'd already gotten a haircut once, and I remember just like walking around in the town I was staying in. I was staying in St. Albans at the time, and see the little barber shop, and I'm like, okay, let me look through the window, see what's happening there, because when I walk past a barber shop, I can generally tell from the window whether or not like I want to walk into it, depending on like how the barber is working. And so I ended up going and getting a haircut there once, right? And I don't mention anything about the movie, nothing like that. And I see that he's like a genuinely nice dude, right? Just very jovial. He doesn't allow any swearing in his barbershop. Like, very just a nice person in general is what it felt like. I was like, okay, cool. And so when they gave me the key to go, hey, listen, find somebody that you think can compare, we'll bring them on, we'll blah, blah, blah. I went in for another haircut with him because, you always got to test it twice, right? You got to make sure that they can do the same thing twice. So I go in for a second haircut. And, after I get my haircut, I say, hey, man, like this is going to sound real weird. All right. But I'm kind of working on a movie close by. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind like coming on board to cut hair for me and ultimately, Joe Morton and some of the other folks that needed barbering, right? And so he's like, wait, what? I said, well, we're doing the superhero thing, and I know it's really weird, and I don't really know like what all this stuff kind of entails, but I can put you in contact with the folks who are in charge, and they'll get you squared away. And so he ended up, by way of those interactions, he ended up coming on, cutting my hair for principal photography in the UK. Anytime I go to the UK and I need a haircut, like that's the guy I call. but it was really cool in a lot of ways for them to sort of for them to not make a concession, but to say, hey, listen, you know, if we actually do need a barber because we do have a fair amount of people of color in the film that we're going to need barbered. So if we find somebody, we'll bring them on. So ultimately, they ended up doing that, and so it's been a really wild journey and a lot of really wild conversations being had about this representation and people of color, barbers, hairstylists, all of that, and because ultimately, Wayne did not get credit in the theatrical version of Justice League. No credit whatsoever. And I remember sitting in the theater going, man, this guy worked on my hair, he worked on Joe Morton's hair, he worked on whoever needed to be worked on. Like this just doesn't sit right. And so, you know, in talking to Zach and seeing that Zack Snyder's Justice League was going to be coming out, I said, listen, man, the only thing I will ask you is if you could just please give Wayne credit for his work. Like he worked a long time on this film, and you know, he's got a successful barbershop that he already had like up and running, and in certain ways he was like sacrificing some of his time to be there and to help us out. So yeah, he's like, hey, listen, Don, he said that should have never happened in the first place. I said, yeah, I know, but I wouldn't say it is what it is, because it's not what it is. It's just there's carelessness that ends up happening in these circumstances and so on and so forth. But you know, I went back and I was like, well, listen, let me just make sure that every person of color that walked in and out of that hair makeup trailer is getting credit on this thing, right? Like we had some folks who were working on the hair makeup side who were credited as uncredited on IMDb, and I was like, can we like rectify that, like if possible? And so folks are ready to rock and ready to roll, and the credits may be 45 minutes long, but we want to get everybody who deserves credit for the work they've done, and that includes people in the hair and makeup department, stand-ins, whoever touched this project should be, memorialized in the credits. But so I'm glad and proud that we actually were able to get that done.
Wow. Okay. So you not only found the barber for the movie, you actually went around and made sure that Zach is going to have them credited this time around too, right? That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's the bare minimum in a lot of ways, right, for what people should be expecting these days. And I think people are becoming more aware of the issues, and a lot of times folks, particularly in this business, they don't want to necessarily rock the boat or ask for things like, but I think most people, when they sign on to do a movie, I think the least that they expect is to be included in the credits in some capacity. Like some people would rather have that than actually be paid, if right. Depending on what the circumstance is. So yeah, it does my heart good. It definitely warms my heart to know that folks are going to get taken care of and definitely be recognized for their work, because as some folks I know have said, hashtag cut is justice. Can you dig that?
Hey.
Come on.
Hey.
And we didn't even know that part about everybody extras and stand. Wow, I cannot believe that there's like so many people on a movie set. Like there's so many.
There's so many people who touch these things. There's so many people that have a part in the creating of these things, and some people just kind of get overlooked. Some people sometimes they get left behind. Sometimes it's politics. Sometimes it's it's if you give this person credit, you can't give that person a credit. Like it becomes a whole bunch of just stuff that I don't really get down with. So at the very least, I'm like, just put the name up there. Give people there. Let people know that I was here for this thing, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
And it's a safe bet. And it's a safe bet none of them use Gorilla Glue in the hair, right?
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
They do not to use that, right?
Definitely. Listen, I just hope whatever happens, I hope that that young lady is okay.
Right.
I can't even imagine like what that situation must be. So yeah, but no, definitely not. None of that was used.
I got one question. I want to know, with you having a theater background, what is one book or screenplay or script that you've read that has inspired you as an actor?
Ooh, book or script or screenplay that's inspired me as an actor. I mean, I like Shakespeare. I feel like most of Shakespeare's work, especially like the tragedies and the histories, they definitely there's a sort of like almost sort of grandiose heroic nature to those things. I think reading those in high school, because we ended up reading, I think it was like Romeo and Juliet freshman year, Macbeth sophomore year, Julius Caesar junior year, or something like that. I forget what the curriculum was. But reading those out loud really inspired me, and I think helped to fuel this this want or this desire to like perform. Our English teacher, her name was Meredith Westemeyer. I'll remember this. She'd always ask if somebody wants to like read some of the stuff out loud, and folks would kind of just be like, maybe this, maybe that. She'd like say some things to certain people, but I was always like, yeah, let's do it, let's play, let's mess around, and that I think that was really pivotal for me.
So thank you.
So we totally have to see Ray as Macbeth. I'm just putting that out there.
I wasn't gonna say it, but thank you for saying it. I wasn't gonna say it.
I already see it. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, we've got a Denzel Washington Macbeth coming out, and that looks exciting. I got some friends that actually
really does
worked on that project, and
Or perhaps Hamlet.
I'm excited to see what they come with.
Oh,
I mean,
Hamlet.
Hamlet's scary,
Come on,
man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That one would be scary for me. I don't. I'm not as familiar, but I like Pericles. Like, I'm not as familiar with all the nuances of the story, but that would be a really cool one to do. So, but anything at this point, I mean, I am concerned about the state of the theater. Obviously, it being in the Corona times that we're in right now, and folks not being able to gather. I was actually having a lot of interesting convo yesterday about where theater may end up going in the future. And the short answer is nobody really knows, but we're just hoping that it will come back in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, you never know. You never know. I was actually scheduled to do a play last year before Corona hit, and it's sort of just a Broadway and put everything on hiatus. So, and rightfully so. Like, obviously, we need to do everything we can to slow and stop COVID-19 and to eviscerate this virus. But yeah, I'll be anxious to get back to it. I'm ready to see and to be in something that's like physically there and real,
Okay, so I gotta redeem myself with one of my questions. So with the issue, recently, Charisma Carpenter, I think her name is. I hope I pronounced it right. Had recently came out and basically told what we all knew, that she went through some issues with Josh as well, and now it seems like more people are starting to see that, hey, something right with this guy. Is like, are you kind of relieved that more people are coming out, so it doesn't seem like you were just, it's not just you're not by yourself, basically.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of respect for Charisma. Excuse me. I got a lot of respect, and I'm really grateful for Charisma for participating in the investigation, number one, and for speaking out about her experience and sharing her experiences, number two, and for all the folks subsequently today who have spoken out as a result of that. You never know what can happen when you speak up about certain things, the strength that you may end up giving to someone else to go ahead and talk about their experience. And so, like, I'm just really proud and just happy to know her as a person, and so insofar as like my circumstances go, like, I've never felt alone in the struggle, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's because I've always had people who were willing to share and lend their voice to the investigation and do everything into trying to get some accountability for how things unfolded with the Justice League reshoots. I did feel a bit of calm with that. the thing that I was focused on, and the thing that I'm continue to be focused on, is making sure that the folks who chose to lend their voice, and there are quite a few of them, but the folks who chose to lend their voice to the investigation are protected throughout the process and even after the process. So, yeah, I think it's on everyone to speak in their own time when it comes to what they want to relay, how they want to relay it, and you really can't push anybody out of that. I would never dream of trying to sort of saying, hey, do this, hey, do that. Like that's yeah, you got to let people on their terms. And so ultimately, I think we've gotten some pretty decent results with what we've learned about the investigation as it stands. There's still a lot of things we need to get sorted out, and regardless of what my involvement in future DC projects may be, I have every intention of making sure we follow this completely through. And it's because of folks who like Charisma Carpenter, people who are brave enough to speak up and stand up and to share their truth. That is the fuel that keeps me going. So we're gonna get it done. It's gonna take some time, and I'm sure that with these kind of situations, all these things, the truth will come out, right? It's just giving it space to breathe and letting it do what it has to do. So, but I appreciate folks bearing with me. I appreciate folks bearing with and showing such grace and such support to Charisma today. And yeah, I'm excited to see the sort of the healing that the future can hold when it comes to all this stuff.
Sure.
For sure.
Awesome, guys. You guys are like, they're usually not this quiet, I promise, right?
No, I know. I mean, I'm listening and I'm being respectful, and I feel like he is really, he's speaking. So he answered my question, so I'm happy. So and he's saying, so I'm good. Thank you,
if
sir.
you want me to talk, I can say this. So Ray, you stole my thunder. It's supposed to be about me. So it's okay though. I get it. I get it. Respect, mad respect. It's Black History Month. Like we got respect, but I you needed that information. It's there. You do. I cannot be silent. I will not be silent. I got you. I think since we're gonna use we just gotta have respect and yeah, next time just give us a little airtime. Just let a brother have an episode. It's okay. It's okay.
Aaron, we're
Oh
going
my God. I've got nothing but faith I've got faith there are going to be many more MulDiversity episodes, and you're going to be shining so bright. You're going to turn down the cell phone brightness over here. I know you. I could see it. I believe it.
I get a good democratic answer. I appreciate it, but this is supposed to be for me. So it's okay though. I got endorsed Ray, so I guess it's cool.
I have a question. And this goes to what everybody's putting in the chat. BorgLife. So after the cut comes,
BorgLife, yeah.
Are you still going to be all about the cyborg and the BorgLife? Because you seem to embody this character and this even hashtag. Are you going to drop it after the cut, or is it going to become a part of just you?
I think the hashtag is something that's just always going to be there, right? Like my buddy John came up with the word life, and I had given it meaning, right? Which is the ability to take negative situations in your life and to turn them into something positive to help other people. And I plan on continuing to try to do that as best I can. We all fall short. And certainly I'm not a perfect person by any stretch. I got plenty of problems and issues. But it's not trying to make sure that you uphold the things that you want to be that you want to be a part of, I guess. And so I'm going to keep doing it. And this sort of quest for accountability when it comes to the Justice League process, I think it is pretty indicative of like what BorgLife is, you know. So it's like, yeah, we had some negative situations go down. Luckily, they've turned around, and now we have something positive coming out of it. But you know, I do feel like I owe a responsibility for the folks who may be coming into contact with some of these folks after I'm, you know, done working with them, to at least let folks know what the deal is, so they may be able to avoid, you know, certain pitfalls, whatever that ends up being, you know. So, yeah, taking something negative and turn it into something positive for other people. I think, you know, Charisma Carpenter did that in a really big way today. And that's something that I mean, I'm still just kind of just in shock and all of like the bravery or courage to speak up about the situation and to, you know, you never know how it's going to turn out. You know, you go out on a limb and you hope for the best, but I'm glad to see that it's working, you know, and that the folks are being moved to action and moved to a more compassionate place as a result of it. So I don't think I'll be giving that up. As far as the character, I'm always going to be a fan of Cyborg, regardless of what my involvement is or is not. Like, I don't think I'll ever not be like checking for Cyborg whenever I can, right? But yeah, and what I'm excited for most of all is for folks to see, and I'm excited to see like the original version or the original journey of the character in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, that's because every time I see something, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, we did do that, we did shoot that, we did film that. It's like 5 years ago now, right? Like we started filming that movie in March of 2016, right?
Ooh,
we're in first of March of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said what?
So you've probably forgotten some
Yeah,
parts.
so-
So it's gonna be new.
I've forgotten a lot. I can remember bits and pieces of like sequences that we shot, but like how it all comes together and like all the other stuff like Aquaman and Wonder Woman and the backstory and you know, Steppenwolf and like his interactions, which are gonna, from what I remember, from what that script was, like it'll be pretty cool, you know. So I'm just excited because it'll be like it almost feels like kind of looking at like an old high school yearbook in a weird way, right? Just being like, oh, look what we did, but a really cool, badass version of a high school yearbook, complete with Electro X's, Amazon's superheroes, and like so.
Dope.
So if you forgot a lot of what you shot back in 2016, I'm guessing you forgot the scene me and you were in. It was quite an electric scene.
That's the weird thing. That's the one I didn't forget.
like me and you, like Zach was like, yo, this is like the best scene. And they're gonna like he was like, God, dude, like, can this even be in the movie? How real and how raw?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, I was there.
I remember one too. I remember, but it was I remember one too.
Like,
Question, because I think this is kind of cool, and I want to know what he says. The question says, if Ray could switch to Marvel, I wonder who he would be.
Ooh,
I mean, at this point, I think I'd like to play probably Reed Richards would be cool. I think. That'd be a really
Did
cool
you
one.
say Reed Richards?
I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I like characters that are like of a certain intelligence, right? Cyborg's definitely doing that, but yeah, that'd be really fun. And my grades are starting to come in too, so you know, I'm
of course,
already,
you know,
you can save on the
there
die.
with you. There with you. I know how it feels.
But Ray, you're too cool. You're too cool to be Reed Richards. You actually look like you enjoy being around people, whereas Reed just likes being.
I mean, you can reinterpret it.
Yeah, you can. See, I see you kind of more.
Ways, yeah.
I see you more as a Peter Parker, a Cyclops type guy. You know, I definitely.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you love you some X-Men. All right.
I don't know about Peter.
I can't believe you did that. You so shady.
No, I'm
I'm
muting Mike because he's trying to say I'm shady. I'm sorry, hey, Mr. Fisher. You were saying because Mike is trying to say I'm doing something, but I'm not.
No.
And I'm just like,
hands up.
Wait, what happened? What happened? I missed it. There's an inside
Okay,
joke
he's
happening. I'm on the outside.
Spider-Man thing.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yes, he's trying to push his Spider-Man stuff on us. All his theories about Spider-Man being the Spider-Verse being a Christmas movie that is not, and about all this stuff. So he's all the time trying to throw
Do you think that Spider-Man is a Christmas movie?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Which Spider-Man? This Christmas
Into
movie.
the Spider-Verse. Mike is intentionally trying to missay the question. Don't say
Miles
it.
Morales, yeah. The Miles Morales one, the Spider-Verse.
Into the does it have Christmas? Is it Christmas themed in any way?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
No, it's not.
It does.
I've only seen it once.
Definitely does.
But
No.
I'm being told by my advisors that I should probably exit that line of conversation.
Y'all love just making you look embarrassing in front of company. It's all good. Y'all, I'm returning y'all Christmas presents. We going back to the stove. I'm going back to the receipt. All y'all.
I want
Be like that,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have someone in the comments who's going off about and now he's in my DMs about
Who is it?
the Ayer cut.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that
How do I feel about it? How do I feel about it? Oh my gosh, give it to me.
How
Give
do you
it to
feel
me
about
like
it?
tomorrow, if possible.
Right.
I mean, the thing is, like,
in 10 minutes,
the
please.
fact that you got two films back to back, right? David Ayer's Suicide Squad and Zack Snyder's Justice League that seemed to have underwent a lot of the same sort of shifting from folks that may have been in charge. Like, I can imagine like the Ayer cut of that film being very different. And if it's a matter of like, folks being able to preserve their artistic integrity and like get their true visions out, what was either once promised or what opportunities may have been lost in that situation, like I'd want to see what we're dealing with there, because the first trailer for the Suicide Squad like really blew me away. Like the tone of it, the song that they used, I was watching that and I was like, ooh man, I'll see that movie like tomorrow. It was dark, it was eerie, it was gritty, it was everything, right? And it seemed to have made sense for that world of characters. I mean, you're dealing with in a lot of ways, you're dealing with like some pretty like psychopathic individuals coming together, right? That garners a different sort of reality in a different world for that kind of movie. But no, give it to me, please. And who knows? Hopefully, the Snyder Cut opens the door for the Ayer cut, and if folks really respond to it, and subscriptions warrant the Ayer cut being put out there, I can't imagine that business would go, this thing would also make us money, so let's not do that. It doesn't seem to compute. So if you want the Ayer cut, I think supporting the Snyder Cut will definitely help, and letting folks know what you want. Like, people are, if there is a cut already, if it's already shot and already done, there's but so much work you probably have to do on it as far as like CG and all the other stuff. So you already got it sitting there, why not?
Yeah, it sounds like that it's pretty much similar to Zach's situation, that it's there, it just needs to be finished or something. I don't know the exact details on it, but yeah. Fun
fact about the Ayer cut. I also had a fun scene with Will Smith that I think he forgot we shot for the Ayer cut.
Oh my God! Please.
So I definitely want to see the Ayer cut as well, because just like the Snyder cut, how me and Ray, we cut the rug, we had that scene in there. The Ayer cut it up with Will. I think Margot was in it as well.
We have like a animation or something.
Like 10 minutes. Wrap it up. Like,
you all. Okay, so we're getting to that part of the night where our producer person is getting ahead of himself and full of this hot air.
Wrap it up.
It's so crazy.
Go to bed.
It's so crazy. I thought we were supporting these cuts, and how they are supposed to be seen. And I am telling you,
We do, but you showing out. It's getting to the time. It's what 33 my time. He's showing out.
Do I have to pull up the pictures of me with Will Smith and Margot Robbie? I'm gonna do it right
you don't. Please don't. Please. No. No.
Y'all lucky that I had a computer virus a couple of days ago and my dog tripped over my internet connection. I show y'all.
When did you get a dog? When did you get a dog?
Don't worry about it.
Thank you for coming, Ray. Thank you for sitting with us and talking.
Thank you
with us.
And I just want to say thank you for everything that you've been doing, for always having integrity, for stating what's right, and always boosting accountability over entertainment. Just thank you so much for that. Thank you.
I want to say it was one thank you comment that I'm trying to find, and I thought it was really, really great just because this person is a actor as well. And it said this.
Oh yeah, as a PSC actor, I just want to say thank you, Ray, for stepping up and for making a stand. This industry hurts more than it rewards for doing what is right. Thank you. Yeah, Steve he's been in a lot of independent films and shorts and in the industry in Canada, I think, right?
Yes, in Canada. Yes.
But still seeing some of similar things that you talk about. So he's an avid fan. So.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Steve. And just know things are changing, and I think how we help that along is by continuing to try our best to stand up and to be heard. And there's something to be said about the timing of things and just making sure that it is very easy, I think, for folks to sort of just get pushed to the side or brushed under the rug or whatever, right? And you just know that I think that the world is truly changing, and folks are headed in a more positive direction. So I appreciate you saying so, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Like I said, I'm committed wholeheartedly to making sure that we follow all the way through with this stuff. And I think every day we're seeing a little bit more progress. And I appreciate the support.
All right. We're going to call on the night, guys?
So,
yes.
And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for letting me be here and letting me join the MulDiversity stream. It has been a pleasure and a privilege. And thank you for everything you're doing with the 28 days of super blackness. I think it's important. And thank you for the support. I encourage everybody, even with supporting me or any individual, just make sure you still, do your research, do your due diligence, think about things critically, and, make up your own mind when it comes to these sorts of things. I appreciate everything you do. And I guarantee you this will not be the last time that I pop up here on the MulDiversity stream.
Our family now, so.
Man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
So long, you in now, so.
We got you now, so.
So we out? Are we all out at the same time tonight?
We got to do the act. I'm redeeming myself because last week I made the cardinal mistake of not letting people do their outro.
Well, whose fault was that? That was your fault because you thought I said something
in front of the family.
Listen, don't fight.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw the outros out so we can all say our piece. Mr. Fisher, would you like to go first? So let them know where they can find you and what you're going to be doing.
Sure. My name is Ray Fisher. You can find me at Ray Fisher on Instagram. You can find me there on Twitter, Vero. I'm on Clubhouse now. I haven't used it, but we're getting to it.
You on Clubhouse?
And I haven't had a conversation just yet, but we're working on it.
Okay.
And also, you can catch me on ABC's New Limited series, Women of the Movement. Is the story of Mamie Till Mobley and her fight for justice after her son Emmett Till murdered. And this is a production that is very unique. And I realized just the other day in talking about it, this is the first time that I've worked with female directors in the TV film space. The first time I've worked with female and black directors in the TV film space, as well as a showrunner as well. So a lot of awesome firsts for me. We got a great cast, a great crew, a story that's powerful and needs to be told. And it's a story that is being told by people should absolutely be told by, if you did that. So you guys can catch me there in the very near future. I'll keep you posted on the other happenings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that one. Okay.
And I'm Quamanstar G, aka Q. You can find me here on MulDiversity, cutting the rug with Key, talking about some wrestling. You know, Ray talks about BorgLife. I'm a John Cena stan, so I talk about that word life. Key is a Roman Reigns stan, so she's talking about that head of the table life. And of course, you can find me here on the streams and got some cool video game stuff coming up too. Ray, if you want to stop by, feel free. And of course, you can find me every Sunday night with my brother Q. He's also a Q on Into the Q Universe on Facebook Live, where we talk about everything geeky, gaming, and nerdy. Expect us to break down the Snyder Cut trailer on the show. Is going to be hype. And that's about it.
And cheating on Mario Kart.
and cheater, pumpkin eater. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a you cheater.
Let me throw it.
You cheater.
There you go, Aaron.
Yeah, he's a cheater. He's a cheater. Don't listen to whatever he says. Of course, I am Aaron Michael. You can find me on all social media platforms at @AaronMichael_J. You can find me on Comic Book Debate with like a ton of articles. You can find me also on To Lovecraft and Back with Mike, where we're talking about everything Lovecraft Country right now. Season 2, we're going to shake things up a little. You can find me on the Untitled ANA show with Avia, and you can also find me, of course, on the timeline being hilarious and kicking Q's butt in Mario Kart.
That is not the truth. Don't let him tell you.
Is.
Don't let him.
Very much is.
That
very much is.
That is fake news.
It's not.
Go ahead, Mike.
It's my turn. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's Mike. You can find me at Twitter at _oddgeek. Yes, you can find me and Aaron with To Lovecraft and Bat. Yes, we are breaking down the series. You can also tomorrow, me and Joe are talking The Mess, and we're talking about WandaVision. We're talking about Malcolm and Marie. We're gonna also talk about The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. It's gonna be a great action-packed show because last week we took a break, and this week we're coming back with a lot of different shows, and I'm super excited because we haven't talked about WandaVision, and WandaVision is about to get real. So come check us out tomorrow. See you later. Thank you, Ray.
Oh, my turn. Okay, so once again, I'm Key. You guys can find me almost literally everywhere with my new ad right here, and you can find me and Avia on Friday. I think it's probably on Fridays on Bish What, and Joe. I'm sorry. On Bish What, where this week we're going to be talking about what to use in your hair and what not to use in your hair, since some of y'all clearly need a lesson on that. Then you can catch me and Q on Q and K Talk Wrestling, where we'll be talking about TNA, AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, all of it. And of course, you can catch me here, MulDiversity, and on Twitter, probably pissing somebody off. That's what I do.
What's up, everybody? I'm Avia. You can find me at Avia Knighton on all social media platforms. You can find me here with my MulDiversity fam every week on Wednesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. You can also find me, Key, and Joe on Bitch What. We have a new episode coming on Friday. And also another episode of the Unentitled ANA show is coming soon, so look out for that.
Hey, it's me, Joe. You can find me at Jonita L. Davis on all platforms. You heard about The Mess tomorrow. I'll be on there. We'll be talking about some great stuff, really diving into Malcolm and Marie and talking about the stuff that's not on the timeline. I mean, there was so much more in that movie other than the critic review and their age difference. I mean, there was like a whole... There's a lot.
It's a whole lot. Just say it was a whole lot that y'all wanted to talk about on the reviews, but y'all didn't talk about. So we gonna talk about it tomorrow. No shade, no tea. It is what it is. Sorry, I had to say it because y'all was being real nasty and real mean. That's it.
You heard it from Mike. Okay. And then Friday on Bish What. I mean, no, we're not dispelling. I mean, we're not throwing anything on the girl who is having the problems with her hair and everything. We're talking about everyone who came after that with the commentary.
Exactly.
I mean,
everybody that followed after.
With her, we hope she's doing well. what we're going to talk about is the people who decided to throw all of Black women in this category and started talking about our hair. People who were not Black women wanting to talk about Black women's hair. And yeah, we got some work to do. You can also catch my reviews on the Black Cape. I've got some more celebrity interviews actually coming up for this upcoming movie called The Passing. I got to talk to Ruth Nega and Tessa Thompson, which is really fun. So go there. It's blackcapemedia.com. Black Cape Media on YouTube. Apologies. So someone else.
That's everybody. That's everybody. Can I just post one thing before we sign out? Like, I'm so happy right now.
What's up?
Oh no, nothing. I'm just playing. No, go.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we have been MulDiversity. Once again, thank you, Ray, for popping in, chilling with us this Black History Month. Really is, we can't express to you how thankful we are for you to show up, especially with everything that you are doing and spearheading. And we want to say that we stand with you as always. We believe in you. We believe in everyone else who is going through this and is speaking out, because it's not just one person or one individual. It's all of you guys who are standing up and fighting for the truth, the real life heroes, not just what we see on the screens, but are really being that in the modern day and inspiring people. So thank you for that. Thank you for putting up with our nonsense, because I know I can be a bit much, and then they have to calm me down, and then they have to look a bit much as well. So thank you. And we really appreciate it. Now, if you don't, excuse me, I have to find some pine tar, because people have been saying that helps your hairline grow forward.
Oh my God. The feed. I'm sorry. I'm cutting the feed. I'm not cutting the feed. I'm just bye, everybody.
This interview's over.